నేను వస్తా. Vivek ji, Rajiv ji, I am so obliged to you for having taken up the ordeal of traveling all the way to Hyderabad and spending almost 4 days and almost 6 to 7, 8 hours teaching life skills. And our grapevine, as you call feedback, says that you are wonderful. Both of you are wonderful. The way you conduct yourself, the way you communicate, the way you instill the culture, ethos, and of course the communication. Not only you teach it, you convey it, but you live it. I've been observing you through and through. There is no exaggeration if I say that you both are Sanatana personified. So simple. I too believe in simplicity. I too believe in Sanatana Dharma. I too believe in civility. In my own inimitable way, I've been trying. Not only to practice, but to preach the same for the last 52, 53 years to the best of my ability. And the students come to me after 45, 50 years too. Many of my students are, especially after JNTU, they have gone to become ISS, IAS, IFS, IRS. Not only that, a couple of them have retired as chief secretaries of different states, and a couple of them are still working as chief conservator of forests and chief commissioners of income tax. Not to say that others who are abroad, who are working as engineers, working as corporate managers are less important for me. Everybody is equally important to me. Everybody is lovable to me. And you students don't know why this man is so systems adopting, simple, but at least cruel to be kind. I would like to define myself. I am cruel to be kind. Why? Because I love you. Simply, I love you. There is no second opinion about that. I want you to be, more than anything, a good human being. If you're not an extraordinary human being, not only in studies, but in behavior, but in networking, but in leadership, my only advice would be to metamorphose yourself as a citizen worthy of this sovereign nation called India, Bharat. Next, a good corporate manager. Next, a good son or daughter. And after a few years, good father or mother. As I often tell you, very important slogan. I told you several times. What you are is God's gift to you. What you are is God's gift to you. But what you make of yourself is your gift to God. We're all ephemeral here. We live here 30, 40, 50, 60 or maximum 120 years, I don't know. But ultimately we go back to Him. And He has sent you here with good parentage, all good things to you. But when you go back, what you are presenting to God Almighty, what your reciprocation, that is what is contained in the statement. The adage says that what you are is God's gift to you, what you make of yourself is your gift to God. When you receive something, naturally, you must be able to give at least something more than what is received. Otherwise, आप ऋणी हो जाएंगे, जिंदगी में ऋणी हो जाएंगे. ऋणी होके जिंदगी से छुटकारा पाना ठीक नहीं है. You have got to pay the debt. Otherwise, jananapi maranam, jananapi. These things, karmanusara, in the cycle of births and deaths, you will be caught in that cobweb. You will not get salvation. Please understand. You try to pay back. Very important. That is all up to you, sir. We are only providing the environment very congenial for you to grow, for you to aspire, for you to breathe, for you to entire nature, entire atmosphere, entire kind of surroundings here. Not only the brick and mortar, but other things too. The sports or the activities we have, and the way we take you to forest, bought into the jungle here, and the tehzeeb, what we follow. These things are, though they look simple, though they look a bit harsh for you, after 3, 4, 5 years, you will appreciate. Oh, this man was okay. This college was really good. You might be already experiencing the difference, what you were till date and what you have been experiencing here. We are different. We are different for a good reason. And there is no limit for growth. As in Japanese language, they say that kaizen, continuous improvement. Nobody should say that thus far, no further we have achieved. Even tomorrow, when you go to do internship in the industry or organizations, if any industry, any CEO says that we have no problem, that is the beginning of the end. There are problems everywhere. There are problems in our individual bodies or families also. That is the reason I always tell that nobody is perfect. In my little knowledge of engineering, if you draw a sinusoidal curve, compare it with what is happening in ICU, computer node, you see that there must be throbbing. The pulse must be throbbing, you see. That is called sinusoidal curve. If it is straight, the person is dead. Please understand that. A perfect straight line is a proof of the person is no more. That is the danger of becoming perfect. Don't aim at perfection, but be happy with 99, 98% of the perfection. Because nobody is perfect in this world. Nobody. We don't know what is Jesus, what is prophet, what is Buddha, what is Sri Krishna. We don't know. Probably they too are not 100% perfect. But in my opinion, you should aim at perfection, but you should not be obsessed with it. Because simple reason is that in sinusoidal curve, the straight line is equal to death. And most important thing is you spend about 20, 22 months here. As I often tell you that God will deposit 86,400 seconds into your fixed deposit account. This fixed deposit is very weird. It cannot be transferred. It cannot be carried forward. It should be used by you only. After 24 hours, it is gone. Every second you are living, it is gone. So how best way you can utilize depends upon how productive you are living, how productive you are. जिंदगी सब जीते हैं, हर हर बंदा जीते हैं, मगर एक कहावत है, जिंदगी में कितना पल है वो नहीं देख, हर पल में कितना जिंदगी है वो देख. Very important, sir. In each moment of your life, how much you are enjoying, how much you are pumping into it, how much you are indulging in that. Very important. मैं भी 80 साल का जिया हूं, but what is that I contributed? What is that I gained? What is that I have given to my wife? What is that I have given to my children? What is that I have given to the society? That is important. And this is called call. Call is nothing but death. Please understand. I'm using two words. Perfection is death. Call is also death. We call it time, no? As the time comes, you are gone. Every moment that is gone, it cannot be recaptured. You cannot relive it. So live it to the brim. Enjoy. Enjoy for good things, good habits. As I often tell you that, what is enjoyment? What is happiness? A pig in the mud is also happy, and a saint in Himalayas is also is happy. Both are equal happinesses. Which happiness you seek for? You want to pursue happiness of fig or happiness of a saint? Please understand that. Not everybody is a saint. Anybody, for example, Narendra Modi is saint-like. You can also be like Modi, like Yogi, like Jesus, like Prophet, like Sri Krishna, like Arjuna. There is no limit to excel, emulate. Please take up these ideas. Try to churn in your own thinking. Try to practice little by little. Bad habits are very easy to adopt. They are very attractive, sir. They are very attractive. But good habits very difficult. People say that if one has to be perfect in some activity, one has to put in 10,000 man hours. 10,000 man hours. It is not easy. Similarly, one has to walk 10,000 steps a day. For your age, it's very simple. I walk about 5,000 steps a day. Keep your body fit. When the body fit, your mind also can work effectively. And this is a wonderful place, sir. We are nestled amongst 100% oxygen. You can't even try for 99.9% pure oxygen. It is 100%. And you must learn from the environment also. Some people say that one can learn from the tree. Jerome, a famous management philosopher, said about the work. Work is so beautiful. Work itself is so beautiful. I can look at it hours on end. What work he is not asking? I'm not talking about the bad work, rape and gundagardi. That is not a positive thing I am talking about. Work itself is a janitor, a cook, a mali, a chowkidar. Please understand. That is what is dignity of labor. Work itself is beautiful. You can look at it hours on end. Please understand that. At the same time, you must know where to draw a line. Otherwise, you will become Junjunwala. You will become Puneet Rajkumar. Hard work is important, but you have got to draw a line. Your heart or mind or psyche gives a signal where to stop, where to draw a line. Even earning money also. Please understand that there is no limit, sir. There is no limit. Steve Jobs said, recently Junjunwala said, they won't help you. When the call comes from God Almighty, nothing will help you. Nothing. Even Alexander said, the pallbearers must be doctors, and whatever he has earned must be thrown in gold or silver, whatever it is. And once he is buried, his hand should be kept above the ground to show proof to the world that he has left with empty hand. Please understand that. हम मिट्टी से आएंगे और मिट्टी में हो जाएंगे. That is the beauty of life. Nothing. I always tell you, you are like a speck of dust in this universe. Speck of dust. Even the Brahmanda is like a speck. And in that Brahmanda, you can imagine 8 billion human beings are living. And one amongst them is you. What is your size there? Almost limiting to zero. Limiting cipher. But again, the Sanatana philosophy exudes that same you can comprehend the whole universe. That is the capacity of human psyche. There is no limit for that. Please understand. There is no limit. You can comprehend the whole universe, even in communication, because Indians are very bad listeners. However good you are at communication, you may be having gift of gab. The testimony of you being a good communicator is the other person, the receiver, the communicatee, must comprehend whatever you want to convey ipso facto. The heart is communication. You may deliver a great lecture. You may give a sermon. You may give some orders to your subordinate tomorrow in corporate life. Whether it is conveyed full, conveyed well, conveyed the way you imagined it, please understand that the comprehension of the communicatee will tell how good communicator you are. Please understand that. Communication is measured by way of comprehension by the listener. And you must practice forbearance. You must listen completely. That is the reason we always practice elevator spiel. Whenever you meet a person, known or unknown, spend some time. Probably if you are going in a lift, elevator, you may come across the CEO, we don't know. You are a frontline manager, you may get 2 minutes, 3 minutes, we don't know. Maybe he is getting off the lift at second floor, you are going to third floor, we don't know. In that 2 minutes, you can really make an impact, politely but firmly. These are certain things I wanted to share with you on this festive day. And you can learn so many things from Vinayak Maharaj. Please understand, Vinayak Maharaj is a great entrepreneur. He's a great entrepreneur. Krishna may be a great strategist, but he is not an entrepreneur. Arjuna may be a great manager, but the real entrepreneur is Vinayaka. You go anywhere, he is there. Anywhere he is there. It is not my opinion. One of very famous persons in the world who is tipped for Nobel for Peace. He is known as Cheese King in the world. cheese king. He has developed 150 different varieties of cheese. Srinivasulu Reddy. He said, and I am quoting. So much to learn. Even from Jesus we can learn. From prophet you can learn. The best statement, no, everybody should keep in mind. Last breath when he was taking, he told the entire world, especially the perpetrators, "Oh Lord, forgive them. They know not what they are doing." Can anybody rise to that kind of tolerance level? Impossible. Impossible, sir. You want to learn, the entire world is there to learn. And this environment we are creating, not only brick and mortar, not only the food we give, but every moment that we live here, that we mentor here, you must make use of this. You can even abuse your time relationship with us. We don't mind. Many people call me at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't mind. Because you're all my children. And I am here because of you. I am existing because of you. I have no business other than helping you to become a holistic person, holistic manager, holistic son, holistic citizen, holistic Bharatiya. That's how it is written there. Those who have seen, I don't know. Bhava Raga Tala Bharitamo Bharat. Bhava Raga Tala. Bhava Raga Tala Bharitamo Bharatam. Bhava undale, Raga undale, Tala undale. Everything is rhythmic, everything is synergic. No aberration. Very simple, sir. Life is very simple. And you cannot rush through, I say. You cannot rush through. People think that overnight I want to become so much so and so. No, I'm sorry, please. The overnight, whoever became rich, like Harshad Mehta or any lottery winner, nobody really enjoyed life. जो पुकड़ में मिलता है पुकड़ में ही जाएगा, जो मेहनत करके हासिल करता है वो टिकता है. People also will appreciate that. And again, you must draw a line between hard work and smart work. हाँ. कुछ लोग दिखावे के लिए पढ़ते जैसा करते, दिखावे के लिए काम करते जैसा नहीं. You must own it up. Once you go to the industry, you must own it up. वो ससुराल है, ये मायके है. मायके में जो सीखते हैं, ससुराल में जाके वहां बेटी बन के ठहरो. ससुराल को ऐसा बनाओ आपका घर. एक कहावत है हिंदी में, ये खुदा मुझे इतना एतबार कर. I don't know how many people understand Urdu. ये खुदा मुझे इतना एतबार कर, मैं जो मकान में रहता हूं उसको घर कर. आपका घर जो है मायके है, मगर जब ससुराल में जा रहे हैं वो मकान है, उसको घर कर. ये खुदा मुझे इतने एतबार कर, मैं जिस मकान में रहता हूं उसको घर कर. Houses anybody can construct, sir. Unless you live there with family and happily, cozily, then becomes home. Who cares about house, I say? Who cares about college education? Nothing, I say. Nothing. Education किसको ना भाई. आजकल तो एजुकेशन की माने ही नहीं. Everything is available in Google. Even the lawyers are carrying their laptops. What is there in education? What is that you get out of that education? The essence of education is to make you a holistic person. Please understand that. It is not very difficult, sir. I was an ordinary student in engineering, a very, very ordinary student. And any part of my life is not extraordinary. I'm sorry. I'm a very, very simple guy, below average. Below average. God has been very gracious. And I repeat, this college exists for you. Because of you, we exist. Because of you, we enjoy, at least for one. For one, I don't keep good health. Never. I had all the ailments. Upar sherwani andar pareshani. All the problems I have. My friends know. The whole night, last night I couldn't sleep. 1 o'clock, I sent a message to my doctor. Please help me die. You can see in this. 1 o'clock, there is a message I sent. Please help me die. Support me to euthanasia. I can't take it. But Vinayaka called me here, and your love attracted me here, and my wonderful enlightened friends are here. That is the reason I am able to speak. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you very much, Dr. Reddy, for those sagacious words. You remind me of my father. I was in the 5th standard, and it was summer vacation that was going on. And I used to think that I am entitled to spend the summer vacation the way I want. And my father, he said, Vivek, you are weak in English and Hindi. So guess what? Summer vacation is an opportunity for you to become stronger in those subjects. Now, from an adult's point of view, that was logical. But from a child's point of view, who's in 5th standard, it was atyachar. Right? So you know what exercise my dad gave me? First, he made sure that I had not a single moment idle. So he put me in a drawing class. Then he made me do some calligraphy. Then he bought the books of the 6th standard, English and Hindi. And then he gave me an assignment that within that summer vacation, every day I have to translate in Hindi every lesson of English of 6th standard. If I don't understand, then he gave me a dictionary and he said, find out the meaning. And then he gave me the Hindi book and he said that every sentence in every lesson you have to translate in English. My friends were out playing gulli danda. I was envying them. And here on top of my head was sitting a Rakshasa. Because that time my dad appeared to me to be nothing less than a Rakshasa. And for fear that I might get hit in case I don't do what he was saying, I used to sit there, do it. All right. But then before I knew, I was outstanding in these 2 subjects in the next standard. Reason was simple. That somebody had made me work on important thing which was not urgent at that moment. Now, at that particular moment, I did not forgive my father till I passed my engineering. I thought, आपने तो जुल्म किया, आपने तो जुल्म किया, आपने तो जुल्म किया. But then when I entered my profession, I found that I had an edge over my peers and my competitors. And then I said, आपने बहुत पुण्य किया, बहुत पुण्य किया, बहुत पुण्य किया. Point I'm making, my friends, is that sometimes we can't figure out our elders. We look only at their strictness. Also, because they belong to an earlier generation, they think that is the way to express love. For example, if you do something good, they will not say shabash. They will always say you can do better. And we are all thinking, ये मार्क्स लाने के लिए कितना खून जलाया पता है, और आप फिर भी हैप्पी नहीं हो, बच्चे की जान लोगे क्या? Right? We avoid them. But then the meaning of Pitru Devo Bhava, Matru Devo Bhava, you understand when only you are on your own, when you start living your life, that, hey, whatever those guys did at that time was nothing less than what God would have done for us. I'm very happy to be here. I think it's God's wish that few people and we together are meeting. Maybe some words we say may make a difference to you. So while sitting there, I was asking myself that what it is that I can say that's likely to be useful to you. Another episode in my life. I was in Nagpur and I was on top of a hill along with a relative of mine. And it was evening and the lights of entire Nagpur city came on. And it felt grand. I felt like a king, the entire Nagpur city lying at my feet. And I said, yahan aana hai. Because on that hill was a college. Then I asked my companion, kya padhate hain idhar? So he said, chemical engineering. But he added one word, one sentence. He said, looking at me, yahan pe sirf होशियार लोगों को admission milta hai. Meaning? Meaning? So was there a hidden meaning? Right? So I got mad. I asked him, kitna mark lagta hai? So he said, 85% in 11th standard. That time we used to have 11th standard before we can go to college. So just to teach that guy, just to teach him a lesson, just to show him that I too am clever and not dumb like you, I worked and worked and worked in that area and I got my percentage. And I also got admitted in chemical engineering. I was the first man to go and tell him I got admission there. And I felt great satisfaction. Kya kiya maine? But then the college began. And then I questioned my own decision and I said, is this why I came here? Because I did not like the smells in chemical laboratories. I did not like the grind, that was involved. And then I said, my God, I made a big mistake. I never asked myself the question before entering chemical engineering that why am I here? Before applying for chemical engineering, I did not ask myself the question, why am I applying? Had I asked those questions, the answers would have been as follows. Usko dikhane ke liye कि मैं होशियार हूं. Wrong reason. नागपुर सिटी का व्यू बहुत फर्स्ट क्लास है. Wrong reason. हॉस्टल में रहना पड़ेगा, away from father, I'll be a free bird. Wrong reason. केमिकल इंजीनियर लोगों को स्कोप है. Wrong reason. And then I realized, यार गलत गाड़ी में चढ़ गया. But then, like you enter a train, You are bound to reach some destination. So fortunately, with Ganpati's Krupa, without failing, I passed my chemical engineering. But was I totally involved in it? No, sir. I was not totally involved in it. During my final year, pre-final year, I was playing chess. I was involved in drama activities. I did become a university champion. I was engaged in public speaking and other things. I won all kinds of rewards. But my priority should have been studying chemical engineering. What was I doing? I was doing compensatory activities which would console me, which would solve my conscience. Therefore, my friends, it's very important that before we do anything, before we start anything, we should ask ourselves, why? Why am I doing this? For example, why are we doing Ganpati Puja? Why? Anyone can tell me? Yes? Loudly? Peace. For our peace, for our focus, right? Sorry? Get satisfaction. What kind of satisfaction? Absolutely. So we feel, koi to bhi hai. I need not worry. I won't be in crisis. Ganpati is with me. So just this feeling itself makes us try our best. Why do we pray? It's a kind of psychotherapy. Now, all these, my friends, are Indian traditions. If we learn the Western management concepts, you will find none of them say that the best management thing that you can do is first focus your mind early in the morning. If I have to do puja early in the morning, I have to have an early bath. Once I have an early bath, I won't be lazy. Now, all those traditions are there with a particular purpose. Just because we are in a hostel does not mean we should give up that practice. Today, I was delighted to see that some of you were carrying your notebooks and doing puja. He's a Vidyadata after all. So you were bringing your notebooks, you were putting kumkum, you were surrendering yourself to that Vidya. So these are glorious traditions. Should in the Western world, if somebody sees this, he will call you a fool. Kya notebook ko tilak lagata hai tu? And those of us who are copying America are giving up our good Indian traditions. If you look at the whole thing, you will find there is a commonsensical thing. Whatever you want to do best. Simple way. Focus and control your emotions. End of the matter. Every time what happens is that focus is distracted and emotional upset is caused, and then everything goes wrong. Is that your experience? Right? So therefore, mind preparation in the morning is extremely important. I know both Rajiv and me, we have been running personality development courses and whatnot. But when Sir gave us tour of this building, I saw there were several quotations written on 2 doors of every auditorium. And you know what suddenly struck me? I said, Sir, even if all your students just make a tour of all the auditoriums which are here and just read those words of wisdom which are there, they have undergone a personality development course. The best opportunities are in our backyard. पर हम क्या करते हैं कि घर की मुर्गी दाल बराबर. True or false? Believe me, I have been to several management institutes. I've seen their libraries. All right. Many of them don't have any books on self-improvement. So when I went to your library, first question I asked him is, where are the books on self-improvement? And there itself, right in front of me was a cupboard. All books, new brand, untouched. That bothered me. That bothered. If we say we are learning management, then are we waiting to be spoon-fed? If I eat food, will your hunger be satisfied? If professor has learned something and talks about it, will you really get the insight of how to apply it? So if you eat the food, you have to chew it. What happens, believe it or not, the whole universe is conspiring you to take us towards our own unique destiny. There is no Xerox copy of you in this world. How many of you get a feeling sometimes, Are yaar, I have been born in this world for some unique purpose. What that is, I don't know. But I'm supposed to make a big difference to this world. How many of you get that feeling? Just raise your hand. So the sooner you detect your mission, you will find your life is on the right path. Time does not get wasted and you get fulfillment, thrill. In these COVID days, many people must have realized that they have work is a blessing. Earlier, they used to say, अरे यार काम पे जाना पड़ता है यार, बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ती है. If you see typical Indian office, if some person is taking initiative, working extra, others will say, ए क्यों कर रहा है भाई, हम लोग को भी करना पड़ेगा, तू करेगा तो. क्यों शो ऑफ कर रहा है? True or false? But sir was very right. I have practiced that in my life. Run an extra mile for your employer, for your customer. Why? Not for him, to add value to yourself. One person was complaining, sir, 3 आदमी का काम मेरे से अकेले से कराता है. So I told him, boss, तेरे को इससे ज्यादा golden opportunity नहीं मिलेगी. Because if you develop that level of skill, then the next job that you go to are going to value you much more. In this world, you need to deserve before you desire. Student days are an opportunity to create those abilities so that we deserve the best job. And therefore, my friends, very simple things, small thing that I'm talking about, not something big thing. Before you begin anything, ask why. For example, how many of you are going to be in my tomorrow's program? All right. Now, would you like to go a step forward to get the best out of the training program, to get the best out of Rajiv and me? Here is a simple thing that you can do. Look at your timetable. In case you have received the timetable for tomorrow, you haven't? Okay, you got a notebook and pen somewhere? All right, just copy down the 6 subjects that I'm giving you. So my invitation to you is that before coming to our class tomorrow, just look at those 6 subjects and ask yourself, hey, why am I going here? Why am I going to this workshop? Funny answers may come. सब में से मैं तो जा रहा हूं क्योंकि मेरे लिए कोई चॉइस नहीं रखा है. ट्रू और फॉल्स? सब में से मैं तो जा रहा हूं क्योंकि रेगुलर क्लासेस से तो अच्छा होगा। सब में से मैं तो जा रहा हूं क्योंकि गर्लफ्रेंड के बाजू में बैठने को मिलेगा 2 दिन। ट्रू और फॉल्स? नाउ यू टेल मी वेदर दे आर द राइट रीजंस। They are not. They are not. If I'm sitting in that workshop, then am I sitting there? What would be more pleasant? Sitting in a class with your girlfriend or sitting in a garden with your girlfriend? Sitting in a garden. Yes or no? Correct. But class is the wrong place. True or false? So this is not the place for that. So ask yourself one thing very clearly. Number one, the 6 subjects that you have to study, what are my questions? What are my doubts? In how many ways can I improve myself? Clear? So please write down the 6 subjects. Those of you who have either not had a chance to come for the workshop have got a wonderful opportunity to just understand what these subjects are and ask yourself, how can I be an Ekalavya? In these days, anyone can be an Ekalavya, thanks to the net and thanks to your library upstairs. Ardhamainda? Right? Now you all look skeptical. Kya library bhej raha hai ye aadmi? But you know, sometimes what happens, a buffet is laid out. We think you will not like a particular dish. And then the host comes and says, sir, thoda try to karke dekho. And then you find, हाँ यार काम की चीज है, अच्छा लगता है, थोड़ा और दे भाई. So it's like that. जरा लाइब्रेरी में जाके देखो बॉस एक बार. ओके, वो ऐसा जो लगता है ना बड़ा ज्ञान वाला बुक, एक बार उठा के देखो, एक पन्ना उसका पढ़ो, पता चलेगा यार काम की बात है. So I'm giving you the 6 subjects, write them down, and my invitation to you is that number 1, go study those subjects कि आपका क्वेश्चन क्या है. ठीक है? So number 1, sharpening vital skills. Number 2, effective communication. Number 3, goals setting and achievement. Number 3, understanding ourselves and understanding others. Number 4, habits and what impact they have in our life. And number 6, how to be a leader and lead a team. All right. If you attend the workshop, what I'm asking you to do is important but not urgent. Chances are it may not get done. But challenge yourself that you will do it and you will find that you will benefit greatly. You already are smart people. Rajiv and me were discussing that at your age, we were not as smart as you are. Quite honestly. All right? Because you have had the exposure to modern technologies and other things. But fortunately, we did not have the distraction of TV and other things. And it's a double-edged weapon. It can either work as a distraction or it can work as a wonderful resource. So therefore, it's up to all of us. All right. Thank you. If I have I hope I have not sounded like I'm sermonizing. I'm just interacting with you as my friends. All the best and keep up the good work, and congratulations for being the select ones who chose to attend the puja and attend this particular session. Amongst me, I know there must be a lot of people over there. So it's Ganpati who brought us together. Let's all seek his blessings so that we may not stray from our path. Thank you.
All right, a very good afternoon and wish you all a very happy Vinayaka Chaturthi, right? Very auspicious day. And we both are really very happy to be here. We are here since 27th night. And since then, you know, Dr. Reddy has been pampering us with, so many good things, he has taken so much care of us. We never had such a pampered host. Pampering, he spoilt us. Now, wherever we go, we are going to demand something like that. All right, I think Patki sir and even Dr. Reddy has mentioned a lot of things. I want to share a few ideas, right? Something just to support these points. One is we, have four kinds of time. There are four kinds of time. Number one could be, you can say, professor imposed time or teacher imposed time, right? For example, if I have students in my class, now that can be the teacher imposed time. Now that you are there, you have to listen to me, right? So when you see time as teacher imposed time or professor imposed time, you will never learn anything. Okay, so that's one kind of time. Another kind of time is parent imposed time. So if you see time as, parents have imposed you something on you to study, you will never study anything. And the third kind of time is exam imposed time. So because exams are coming, you have to study. In fact, we were in Guntur, JKC college. There was this girl who was boasting, She was saying, I study only one day before the exam. Right? I study one day before the exam. So if you, go by exam imposed time, then you will never be able to master anything, right? Then you would be only, just passing the exam, or you will never be able to really absorb that knowledge and then apply that knowledge, because it is just because of the exams you are studying. Finally, if it is self-imposed time, right? If it's self-imposed time, then you can achieve anything. So if it is self-imposed, yeah, I have come here because I want to learn something, I want to study something, then nobody can stop you from, succeeding at anything or achieving your goals. Okay. So that was one idea. Here's another idea. In our mind, we have four very distinct areas. Okay. One area can be called the zoo. Zoo में क्या रहता है? Animals. कौन से animals रहते हैं? Wild animals. तो उसमें शेर हो सकता है, उसमें बंदर हो सकता है, चीता हो सकता है, फॉक्स हो सकता है, वुल्फ हो सकता है, क्रोकोडाइल हो सकता है, right? So one is the zoo. The other part we can call it as home. Another area is home. Third area is, we call it as game. And the fourth area we have is the temple. All right, so we have a zoo, we have a home, game, and temple. Now, what do you think comes from the zoo? What kind of qualities will come from the zoo? Anger, anxiety, depression. What else? Huh? Survival. What else? All these negative emotions, all negative things, all are in the zoo. So what will happen if the zoo's gates are all open and all the animals come out? What will happen? Everybody will run here and there, isn't it? Right? So if you keep the doors of your zoo open, you are going to come under a lot of stress and frustration, and you spoil your health also, isn't it? Now, what kind of qualities would you get from home? Happiness, yeah, yeah, care, affection, respect, love. Yeah. So these are the qualities that come from home, isn't it? Now, game. What kind of qualities can you get from game? Leadership, very good. Intelligence, teamwork, right? Planning, patience. Yeah. So these are some, good qualities that come from, or being, not being partial, impartiality, right? So all these, even home, you have this being humble. So there are so many good qualities you get from your home. There are good qualities from this game. So from temple, what? Peace of mind, silence, right? Yeah. So make sure that you don't keep your zoo open for a very long time, and keep your animals well tamed, right? And develop this, use more of the home, more of the game, and more of the temple, right? So that makes our life much better. All right, here's a third idea I want to share with you. Here's a question for you. Would you, eat food which has been prepared in a very dirty place and with very dirty materials and even served in dirty plates? Would you eat that food? No. Why? Because it will spoil our health, right? So, what about your mind? What are you feeding your mind, right? Our mind is getting, fed from all around. So the advertisements that we see on TV, that is feeding something in us, right? The reels you watch, they are feeding something. The movies you watch, they are feeding something. The people you meet, they are feeding something. So make sure that, you control what goes in your mind, because what goes in your mind is going to affect everything that you do in your life, right? So that is very important that we control. Again, in computer language, so garbage in, garbage out, right? So, and when we come under, if you have stuffed good things inside, whenever you come under any pressure, only good things will come out. But if you have stuffed all nonsense inside, the slightest pressure, all nonsense will come out, right? Well, these are some ideas I wanted to share with you. So see how you can apply them in your personal as well as professional life. So thank you very much.
So thank you so much. Out of almost 150, 200 students, you are lucky few, as our guest speaker said. You are definitely lucky to have heard them. And more than anything, my best wishes on this festive occasion. God bless. Thank you. Let us break for lunch.